everyone. Welcome back to Beauty in the Broken. My name is Heather and the purpose of this channel is to find and or create beauty, sometimes out of complete chaos or, just a bit of a mess. So we're going to create a little bit of a mess today and then get some beauty out of that. So as you can see, I have a canvas in front of me. There is a base coat of white already on that canvas. It's an 8x10 canvas. And I did put tape on the back to help protect the bottom of it. And I put some push pins in to kind of help me manipulate it a little bit easier. They are tiny push pins because I have not gotten jumbo ones yet, but we'll get there. So I'm going to do a flip pour today. And what that means is I'm going to put a little bit of paint in my cup and then flip the cup over onto the canvas, let it run down, and we'll see what we can make. So, like I said, there is a base coat already on the canvas, and I used this, which is OPHIR Professional Pouring Acrylic, and this is a ready to pour white. So that is the base coat, and that is also going to be this color in the pour. And then I'm using 3 other colors. I have this Waditites acrylic metallic paint, and obviously that's gold. Then I have Artist's Loft metallic cobalt blue, and Liquitex Basics in Quinacridone Magenta. Now, this was a little too pink for what I wanted. I really wanted a little bit more of a brick or maroon color. So I didn't have that. And what I did was I added a little bit of the gold and a little bit of Mars black. And while it makes it prettier, it still didn't make it the brick color that I was looking for. But we'll see. We'll work with it and see what it does. Okay, so that's the magenta. Mix these up. This is the cobalt. And this is that gold. Now the gold is a little bit thicker. Than the other 2. Okay. Still makes a little bit of a mound and then disappears. I didn't show you that on these. Let's see. So I don't know how much you can see. Just a little bit of a mound, but it disappears right away. Okay, so we're going to use this cup, and it is a 100 milliliter cup, which is approximately 3 ounces. And for an 8x10 canvas, you want to multiply length times width and then divide by 28. And that gives you just shy of 3 ounces. And so I like to have a little bit more, help me with the sides, and then help me if I want to tilt some of it off. So we're going to start with the white in the bottom, and I'm going to do 2 layers. Just a little bit of white. So that covers the bottom. And then let's put the gold in the center. So we're going to layer on a little bit of the blue. Hold that stick so it doesn't fall out. Layer on a little bit of the gold. Yep, we don't want the stick to fall out, right? And there's a little bit of that magenta. Yeah, it's a little bit pinker than I really wanted, but it's still going to be beautiful with these other 2 colors. So we're going to put a little bit more of the white in between. There's our blue again. And the gold. we're up to 60 milliliters now. So there's the magenta. And I think I made the first layer just a little bit too light, so we're going to go ahead and do one more. I want to have a little bit of white for the top. One more bit of each one. Okay, there's the last layer. We are almost up to that 100 milliliters. And top it off with some white. Okay, so now I'm going to take this cup and I'm going to flip it over in the center, let the paint do its thing. I think the cool thing is that it's, well, I don't know how much you'll see because, well, let's find out, okay? All right, ready, set, go. All right, while that is doing its thing, and I really like how the colors are mixed, that gold looks so pretty in there. All right, put my gloves on. Okay. All right. Now, one thing that I've seen different artists do different things, and I've seen some artists who take larger cups and they don't, fill it up halfway or so, and they get absolutely beautiful pours. And then I was listening to Gina DeLuca, and she was saying that you probably don't want a cup that's too much bigger than the number of ounces that you're putting in there, because then they mix together. They mix together quite a bit more. So I guess it just depends on how much blending that you want. So I think it's about time we pull that cup. So I'm just going to do a straight pull up. There's a couple different ways that you can do this, but right now we're just going to go straight up and see what comes out. Now I'm going to put a little bit on the corners, just in case we don't make it all the way to the corners. But I'm liking what I see there. I wish I would have pulled it up a little bit, pulled the lip away, but it is what it is. So we'll see. We'll see what that forms once we stretch it out. So I'm laying that on its side, off to the side, and just in case we need any more paint. I don't think we're going to need any more paint. I think we have more than enough, but that is looking really, really pretty. I'm going to take my torch and I'm going to pop any bubbles. Don't want to get too close. Don't want to burn the paint, but I'm just popping bubbles. Okay. Make sure. It takes a while. This torch takes a while to shut itself down. All right. Let's see what we get. Okay. Oh, I see a bubble up there. All right, let's go off to this corner here. And then I'm just going to bring it back down so that we get both corners here. I don't want to pull it off just yet. So let's go back toward the center and move it over to the right and go up. And I think I will take it off the corner this time. And then come back. And then take it back to the bottom. We can slow it down a little bit. I'm really liking these colors. Well, see, I said I didn't, I wanted the magenta to be a little less pink. And it does appear that we're getting primarily the blue, the metallic cobalt. So now I'm just trying to take it back over to that original corner, stretching it out a little bit. I think, you know, you can't, there you go. Now I can see it in the corner. Okay. Now, bringing it back again, we're going to go down this corner. Make sure that we get, I have plenty of paint on here. So, all right. Now, well, I thought I took it off the corner above on your upper right, but it doesn't look like I got it completely off of that. And I'm not sure I like this white. Don't know if I like this white here. Let's see if I can get it back over. So I think the white is leaving a film. But I'm liking the colors. I'm liking the cells that we're getting, and I know it's hard to see, but the paint is moving. It's just moving very slowly, and we're just trying to get it. Not trying to do that. Oh, goodness. Let me just grab onto those push pins and see if I can't get that corner off. There. Now, if I bring it straight down, I'm looking just to get it off that bottom right corner. You can see the weight of the paint moving down. And now I can just pour it over that corner. Okay. All right. I put it down here. I did move that cup out of the way. Have the cups here to help the paint drip off. Okay. Now, I'm noticing over here on the side. Oh, this is not. There we go. Touch up that side, and let's see, more gold and magenta over here, so just touch that up a little bit. Let's see, do I have any other drips that are gold and magenta? This is primarily that white in there. There's a little bit of gold and magenta. You want to try, if you're going to touch up your sides, you want to try and match the colors as closely as possible. Okay, now I want to walk around and check the other side. Okay, I missed the corner over here, so pulling that, a little bit of that paint, just touching up the sides. Want all the sides to be covered. And I'm looking at the back. Oh, there's just one small spot. Let me just, wait. Oops, I missed a spot. And let's check this last corner up here. Did not look like the same color. So let's get some more of that blue in there. Okay. That looks really pretty. I like these colors. Like I said, I'm not too sure about the white. I think the white, that was a pre-mixed pouring medium, ready to pour. And I think that just competed with the others. And what I did forget to say was that I mixed my paints with Floetrol, American Floetrol, and a little bit of Liquitex pouring medium, the heavy gel gloss. So, oh, that was not an effective tear. All right, but yes, I do see a haze of the white on there. So maybe if I do another, I won't use that white in there. Okay, now the other thing that you want to do is I'm going to take one of my sticks here. And you want to scrape the sides, not scrape the sides, underneath. Because all of this paint that is dripping underneath will end up pulling on your sides and then pulling on the top of your painting. And you do not want that dripping off and pulling off your paint. And I'm going to walk around the other side. Okay. Well, that looks really pretty on the stick there. Oh, trying to get it to focus. There we go. That's very pretty. Okay. Well, I am going to let that dry, and I will bring you back for the beauty reveal once it is. See you in a bit. Hi everyone, welcome back to the beauty reveal. And so this is our first painting beauty reveal. And without further ado, let's just get started. All right, I'm gonna walk over here and voila, there she is. Okay, and I think that the colors dried brighter than they were on camera, but you can still see that white haze, especially like you can see it here as it goes down. And this is not as bright here. I have a little bit up here. You can see, I'm going to move in a little closer. You can see what the white did there. So I will not be using that in any more pours. There is a video coming up after this one where I used the leftovers. So I did use it as a base coat, but it will not be a part of pours anymore after this. So I also wanted to point out something else. I mentioned Miss Gina DeLuca, the fabulous Gina DeLuca, and I mentioned her when I was doing the pouring, and I've learned a couple things. Well, I've learned a lot of things, but I learned a couple things with her about cells and, you know, how to get cells without silicone. And a lot of people used to use a lot of silicone in their paintings, and there were some issues with it, and I just decided not to even start doing that. So Gina talks about two different ways to get the cells, and one of them is a matte versus glossy paint, and I'm not really sure that's happening here. A lot of this seems very, very matte, so I don't think that's what's happening in here to create these cells and these gold cells here. And even, see, I'm creating my own shadows. So even these here. So the other thing that she talks about is something called the Rayleigh-Taylor instability. And I just thought that was super cool, and that has to do with differing densities. But the reason I find it super cool, and I do have to learn more about the science, but is I have a grandniece named Rayleigh, and I just found it fascinating. So if you're watching, Rayleigh, hi! So I'm hoping this is the Rayleigh Taylor Instability creating these cells. And I do like this one is kind of like an avocado, maybe. I like that. This one's a little more fuzzy, but that's really crisp and clear. And these here too. But that is it for me today. And that is our first painting beauty reveal. And I will show you in the next video. I took the leftover paints and used that white as a base coat, and I got something completely different. So stay tuned till next week. And remember, always look for the beauty, because as you can see, we poured a puddle of just lots of different paints and colors. And well, some may argue with me, I think this is beautiful. So look for the beauty, because it's always there. Bye.